The ballroom of the Grand Armitage Hotel shimmered like a dream spun from gold and glass. Glittering chandeliers cascaded light across crystal wine glasses, sequined gowns, and polished tuxedos. The elite of the city mingled, politicians, CEOs, investors, and all orbiting around Elena Royce, the star of the night. At 34, Elena was everything the tabloids loved to envy. Self-made millionaire, CEO of Royce Innovations, visionary of the decade. Her every step seemed measured, her every smile calculated. Even the way she held her champagne flute looked rehearsed. But behind that flawless exterior, fatigue was clawing through her veins. She had slept barely 4 hours in the last 3 days. The company's upcoming merger was on the brink of disaster. Her PR team was scrambling over rumors of betrayal, and the pressure of perfection sat like a stone in her chest. A senator's wife leaned in. "Elena, dear, how do you manage to look radiant even with all that responsibility?" Elena's lips curved. "Good lighting," she said lightly, though her vision swayed for a split second. The master of ceremonies tapped his glass. "Ladies and gentlemen, to the woman who turned dreams into empires, to Elena Royce." Applause thundered. Cameras flashed like lightning. Elena raised her glass high, her diamond bracelet glinting, but her fingers trembled. The room tilted. A wave of dizziness washed over her as the laughter around her slowed to a muffled hum. Her pulse roared in her ears. She took one step forward. Her heel caught the hem of her gown. And then the world slipped away. Glasses shattered. Someone screamed her name. Elena's vision blurred into a whirl of light and sound until it all faded, replaced by the low, rhythmic hum of an engine and the faint scent of motor oil. A faint buzzing noise dragged Elena from the void, the kind of buzz that came from fluorescent lights, not chandeliers. Her head throbbed. The air was thick with the scent of oil, rust, and rain-soaked dust. She blinked and saw corrugated metal walls, shelves stacked with old tools, and a broken radio mumbling country music in the corner. The marble ballroom was gone. Her satin gown was streaked with dirt, one of her heels missing. "What? Where am I?" she whispered, voice dry as sand. "You're in Papa's garage," a small voice chirped beside her. Elena turned sharply. A little girl sat cross-legged on the concrete floor, her curly hair tied up with a red ribbon that looked like it had been cut from an old shirt. She was drawing flowers and stars in chalk, her small hands dusted white. "I thought you were dead," the girl continued matter-of-factly. "Papa found you by the road last night. He said you probably fainted because you looked too shiny to belong out here." Elena blinked, trying to piece it together. Road? Her memory was fragments. The ballroom, the lights, the fall. Then darkness. The girl stood up and offered her a chipped mug. "Here, it's tea, kinda. Papa says it helps." Elena hesitated but took it. It was lukewarm and far too sweet, but somehow comforting. The little girl smiled proudly. "I'm Maya, what's your name?" "Elena," she murmured. Maya gasped softly, like the lady from the fancy perfume ad. "Are you her?" Elena let out a weak laugh, the first genuine one she'd felt in weeks. "Something like that." A low male voice spoke from behind the workbench. "Maya, let the lady rest." A tall man emerged, wiping his hands with a rag. His shirt was stained with grease, his eyes calm but cautious. He glanced at Elena, at her torn gown, her trembling hands, and for a moment concern replaced suspicion. "You hit your head pretty bad," he said, voice steady. "You're lucky I found you when I did." The storm was coming in. Elena nodded faintly. "Thank you. I don't understand how I got here." He gave a small shrug. "Doesn't matter for now. You're safe." The word safe echoed in her mind. She hadn't felt safe in years. Not in boardrooms, not in limousines, not in the mansion filled with people who only called her when they needed something. Now, sitting barefoot on a cold garage floor with a mechanic and his little girl, surrounded by the smell of oil and dust, she felt something she couldn't name. Maybe it was peace. Maybe it was the start of something that would change her life forever.